Okay, so I am Carl from the Royal Society of Gamers, and more interestingly, I'm here with Ryan from Project Good, who has this fascinating array of objects on the table, which he's going to tell us about.
Yeah, well, this is the game Good the Battle. Okay, it's a miniatures game.
Okay.
Look at that.
Nice rulebook.
It's a miniatures game. It's designed from the fact that for 11 years of wargaming, occasionally we'd go to a club and you bring the wrong miniatures. So we designed a game where you could use literally any miniatures, anything, and play a game.
And this is literally anything.
Literally anything. I mean, example, we've got David Grimlock from the Transformers. Always a crowd pleaser.
He looks like he should be in a battle, but the banana, is that just kind of
That's a bit of scenery.
Scenery, okay.
Not only can you use any miniatures, any scenery.
Okay.
Books, Tupperware, live animals. It's all good, it's all in there.
So how does it work? How do you play Project Good?
Okay, very simply, you choose your miniature first of all. I've brought an array of varying ones for this.
Okay.
So you can stand up. So you've got anything you like, so it could be anything from any genre of war game.
Anything that kind of maybe looks like it could be good in a
Could
fight.
be a miniature, a classic. I've had people play it with croissants against bananas.
Okay.
So
anything you like?
anything you like. So first, this, if you want to...
I'll go for this guy. This guy looks like he's built for war.
Classic confrontation. Well, I'll go for the chicken.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the mechanics of the game essentially strip down war games. You've got all the war games with ballistic skill, weapon skill, leadership. If you look at them, they're all good things.
Yeah.
So we've consolidated them into good.
Good. Good is good.
Things, good thing. Taking damage, being hurt, falling over, bad things consolidated into bad. Okay, that's how it works. On a standard game, you start with 40 good.
Right.
Okay, it's a power allocation thing. With the stat, you get tokens. Okay, so just to ease the play.
So, I have 40, so this is my 40
That's
goods.
your 40 good.
So sit in my good pile.
In your good pile, I'll take 40 good and put it in mine. Now, you also get bonuses for the miniatures themselves. If a miniature's got a weapon in close combat, they're more likely to hit. So in your case, you've got
I
a
have a
mace.
spear.
Yeah.
Mace.
Okay, so he gets +1 in close combat.
So that's a reason not to bring a banana to a knife fight.
Possibly, yes, and in the close area.
Close combat, everyone.
Okay. Bear in mind, I'm just a chicken. Okay. I probably don't have any bonuses in close combat, although I could peck you. And that's where I'll be dishing out the bad.
Okay.
Okay. Start along as we're 15 inches apart.
Right.
Okay, we set up the game. So if you want to pick a point,
So I go over there.
Yeah.
So you can use any landscape you want. I mean, you've made this.
I've
but,
made this just because I wanted to cut a dinosaur in half.
But you
and
could
stick
just
it
use
on the
a dining room table and put a tablecloth over it and a few things on there.
Board games, there's rules in it for using squares. If you wanted to just dig out an old D&D board game.
Okay, sofa, anything you like.
Literally anything you like.
Okay.
Any genre, any miniature, any scale is a little.
And I presume put a few things around it to make it interesting.
Yep, you can do that, make it a bit more interesting. I don't recommend playing on places like the M6.
Yeah.
It can be a bit dangerous. Yeah. So once you've got your miniature bonuses selected, you then choose special powers.
Okay.
In the core rulebook, there's 22 special powers. In the expansion, which comes with the game now, there's 55.
55 special
You've
powers.
got a large array of special powers, and they range from anything like blowing yourself up.
It doesn't sound that special.
It's special when it happens. Throwing shoes at somebody.
Okay.
Okay, all of that. Got a selection here. Things like teleportation. You can be really good.
Really
You
good.
get more good in the game. So I mean, there's lots to choose from, and they sort of make the game. You start with 3.
And you choose them, they're not randomly selected.
They're not random select. You can random select if you like. But you can choose them based on the miniature.
Right.
Okay. Purpose of demonstration. If we just go for a couple each or one each.
Yeah.
Just to see what we've got. So if you take a hand of good.
I have the hand of good.
Hand of good. Okay, so if you ever take damage, you nominate a number. Okay, roll the dice, and if you get that number, you don't take any damage.
Okay.
Okay, that particular power. And I'll take good luck.
And good luck.
Good luck. So any point, any of my actions, if I'm feeling lucky, I say a number. If I get it on the dice, then I get a bonus.
Okay, so that's your special power.
Brilliant. Right. It's a D20 system, and with every turn we roll for initiative. So if you want to roll a dice.
So 11, 12.
12. Okay, so I'll be going first, and the way it works is everybody moves, and then everybody attacks, and then everybody charges up.
Right.
Okay, so I won this year, so I move first. For every inch I move, it costs 1 good, because it's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah? So if I move towards you 10 inches, and land myself there,
So it costs 10
costs me
goods.
10 good. Okay, then it's your movement, so you can choose to move or stay still.
So if I move right next to you,
That will be in close combat.
something is going to happen. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm going to move. How far is it? 8 inches?
8 inches, yeah, okay.
And get right up to there. So I get some good change.
Yep, so that will change up. Nice to 8, good. Yeah. Now it's my attack.
Right.
Okay, we're in close combat, so it's easier to hit, but you do less damage. In ranged combat, say for example, my miniature was here,
Yeah.
you'd measure the distance across there in inches,
Yeah.
you pay that much good, and then you nominate an amount of good to go into the attack.
Okay.
And then you roll a
So it's
dice.
more expensive, but
Yeah, it's more expensive, but you do more damage.
Right.
For range attacks, it's 11 plus. For close combat, it's a 6 plus to hit.
okay.
But you can put good into the attack.
And this is always 20-sided
All the
dice.
20-sided dice.
Okay.
And you can put some good into the attack. If you want to increase your chance of hitting, you can.
And that adds to the dice roll to
makes
push
it
it
easier
over.
to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to attack
Carry
me.
on. So I'm going to nominate to put 10 damage into it.
Oh,
Which costs me 10 good.
this is a giant bird peck I'm
Yep.
getting.
6. I've hit. Okay, so you take half of that, because it's close combat. So
So-
you take 5 bad.
5 bad.
5 bad.
Okay.
And then it's your attack if you so wish.
So if I attack back, I can put 10 good in as well.
Yep.
Do the same thing,
Same thing.
and I need to get 6 plus. So I get a 12.
And you also get your +1 combat bonus for having a mace.
So that means it's 13, or plus 1 damage.
+1 damage. Okay, so we halve it and then you add your +1.
So is that
Done 6 damage.
6 damage? Is that plus 1, so it's 7? Or it's half the 10 that I put in,
Half the 10
not the dice
plus-
roll.
No.
Okay. So, and how does the game end?
The game in, there is 9 scenarios in the main book.
Right.
A standard game
That's
would
very
be
scenario based.
a standard game would be to beat the living bad out of each other.
Right.
Okay. In which case, obviously,
And what's how much bad is dead?
equal to your starting good.
Right. So 40 in this game. would
Yeah.
be-
But if you have bigger miniatures, for example, a great big dragon,
Yeah.
you get additional good depending on how high the miniature is.
So I'm about a tenth of the way to.
Yeah, to being
To death.
added. During the game, you can heal. That requires a roll, but if you fail that roll, you take damage.
Right. And I could. And what's the advantage of just running away?
Okay, obviously, if you can't get line of sight, you can't use ranged attacks. Okay, but the thing is, if somebody has just run behind a bit of scenery,
Yeah.
there is a chance that the person attacking might know where they are. Okay, so there's a slightly reduced chance of hitting.
Okay, but they could
First
still might
turn
hit.
you hide, there's a chance you might get hit.
Is running away ever worth it though?
Depends, because if you move back to your point of origin, you're running away from the combat. In anybody's eyes, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
So you take damage.
Just
Every
for
inch
running away.
You move
Okay.
back, unless you have a special power called Coward.
So if I ran that way, I could hide behind a banana,
Behind a banana, and
try
I'd
and heal a
have to
bit.
come back. You'd heal a bit. I'd have to come back to get you, and then I'd start to take damage, going back to where I started. And like I said, the scenarios I think are quite unique. One of the scenarios, for example, the trick is to visit every piece of scenery
Right.
before the other person.
Sort of like King of the Many Castles or something.
Exactly, yeah. And in the expansion pack, we've got we do seasonal powers as well.
Okay.
So there's one that you play during Easter, Easter egg hunt.
So how do we get hold of the rules? Where can you get them from? 'Cause
The
obviously
rules-
you can get the miniatures and the board from anywhere.
From anywhere.
So,
Currently, the miniatures come direct from projectgood.co.uk.
Okay.
From ourselves and obviously down at the trade stand. But hopefully, we're going to expand out. Like I say, we've got the core rulebook, the expansion, which is called Nice.
nice.
Nice, which is on the in the reverse of the pack.
So this is with the more powers.
More powers, more scenarios. It's 56 pages of Nice. That's what they call it. There's a word search in there.
Word
If you
searching
feel like it.
bonus game.
This one's got all of the special powers that were previously available on the website.
Right.
So we've got Christmas powers, wedding powers, all times of the year when you might feel like a game of good is
Okay.
just what you
You
need.
can break out a game of Project Good at a wedding.
Yep, and also an expansion, you don't just have to have a single miniature, you can try and control more, or there's rules for units in the expansion, in which case you can choose whether to share the good or divvy up the good you've got between all the miniatures, and they can work together or be broken apart, as it may be.
Sounds good. So, tell me about these two dice.
These two dice, the fabled
intriguing good and bad dice.
Good and bad dice. In the game, there are scenarios that require the roll of a d6 to determine various actions, and we realised rolling a 6 was always a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so on this particular dice, the 6 is good. So occasionally getting a 1 would be a bad thing. So we use the bad dice.
Every game should have those dice from now on.
Good and bad dice, yeah. Good and bad dice. And of course we've got other dice coming out as the expansions go with them. As to where I'll put the nice number, I don't know.
So it's projectgood.co.uk.
Yep.
And you just need to buy the rules.
Buy the rules is £10 for the rule set and the expansion. So it's,
and then use whatever you have around the house.
Literally.
And have a fight.
Yeah, indeed.
Good fun.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much.